All right, y'all. So just a little bit of insights, something I want to share with you guys, some insights that dawned on me. Uh, in terms of success, right? How you how you become successful in life, right? It's and when I'm talking about success, success has a different, like, everyone has their own definition for success. You know, so whatever your definition is for success, how do you achieve something? Right? So how do you achieve what you want out of life? Whatever it is you want, how do you achieve it? All right. In the book of Proverbs, it says, "As a man think, so is he." Right? In the book of Proverbs, "As a man thinketh, so is he." That "as a man thinks, so is he" can be expanded. It can be extrapolate. I mean, you can really draw and build and flush out so much out of that. And what that's what we're going to do right now. So what that means, in short, what it means is this: whatever whatever your feeling state is, whatever you're feeling, however you feel about yourself, that's the "as a man thinketh" part. Thinketh, because your feelings is preceded by your thinking. I'm gonna say it again: "As a man thinketh." That means however you feel about yourself, and your feeling is preceded by your thinking. Hence, "as a man thinketh." So as you think, your feelings will entail those thoughts. So however you think about yourself, you will therefore feel about yourself. And your feeling is the true communication with your entire ecosystem, your entire world. The world responds to your feeling, and your feeling responds to your thinking. And thinking, "as a man thinketh," is Proverbs. I don't remember the exact verse, but it's in the book of Proverbs. So as a man thinketh, he feels. And as he feels, he produces after those feelings. What I mean by that is, think of the world as a big mirror. And you standing in front of the mirror. The mirror has no choice, no other choice or alternative but to show you what you're putting in front of it. So you're feeling about yourself, you're feeling how you feel about yourself will be projected and reflected by the world back to you. In other words, your feeling collapse up on itself. It turns back and collapse back. It loops back onto itself, which is you, because you are the projector of those feelings. So how you feel, you're feeling about yourself. Now, here's the thing about feeling, how you feel about yourself. When I say how you feel about yourself, I'm not talking about from an emotional standpoint. We're not talking about, remove the emotions out of here. We're talking about your values about yourself, your belief about yourself, your, how do you deem yourself in terms of your own worth, right? Your sense of integrity, your sense of dignity. We're not talking about emotions. We're talking about, again, more so principles, right? Your core principles, your morals, your core morals, right? Your scruples or lack thereof. How you perceive yourself in this cosmos, this world, right? All of these constitute how you feel about yourself. And how you feel about yourself is the true language of your world. It's the true language, meaning that's what that's your true communication. Your true communication isn't so much what you say with your mouth. Although words are powerful and words are meaningful, your words is your true communication is not necessarily what you say, but rather what you feel about yourself and communicate to the world, if that makes sense. So you're communicating. By communicating, I mean you're broadcasting. I mean you're signaling, right? Everything has to do with signals, by the way. Just like how your phone, your television, this phone, this device I'm on, everything has to do with signals. And just like with your phone, your devices, sometimes you have a strong signal and sometimes you have a weak signal. And if you have a weak signal, obviously the communication is going to be disturbed. That's where you have this pattern disturbances, interference patterns, and you don't get a clear, communication. So everything's about how you feel about yourself, which is preceded by how you think about yourself. Your thinking determines your feelings communicate to your world. And your world reflects back up on you what you are communicating vis-a-vis your feelings. If that makes any sense. Hopefully, if you don't get it, rewind and watch it again. It's a little in depth, but it's powerful stuff. So why did I say all of that? Because again, whatever your definition of success is, or achieving, whatever you want out of life, comes back to about what you feel about yourself in life. Do you feel worthy of what you want? Do you feel that you're deserving of what you want? Wants are pointless. Let me just say that again. Your wants don't mean much. Your wants and potential to me are the equivalents of the same. They're equal to being the same. Potential means nothing if it's not being able to realize and execute it. The reason why I say that is because think of a baby, a brand newborn baby. Think of 10 newborn babies. They're all, think of them like think of potential as 10 newborn babies. I'm just using some random stuff, right? 10 newborn babies, that's it. All of those infants, those newborn babies, they're all potential. That's it. That's what potential is. It's just a clean slate, right? It's raw material. It's potential is, again, another analogy, the 10 newborn babies, and then clay. Think of 10 pieces of clay instead of 10 newborn infants. Think of several pieces of clay. It's good clay. It's rich clay. It has all the right ingredients, but it's not a statue yet. It's not a marble yet. It's not something of value. It has zero value. Now, when some artists come by and, you know, he does what he does and creates a beautiful, statue or some kind of architectural design, then it has value. Especially if the artist has a name of renown, right? So if it's a famous artist, takes some raw clay, and now he takes that raw clay and turns it into something of value. That's what potential is. Potential is just raw clay, infant babies, really doesn't have no value. Now, let's be clear. I'm not saying babies don't have value. I'm using the babies as an analogy, so don't get it twisted. I'm saying that raw clay, uncultivated, unprepared, is just raw clay. So your potential doesn't mean much unless you can be like the artist and turn it into something of value. So that's why when people talk about having potential, I don't really, okay, that's cool, because you have to have a starting point. So you do need clay, which is the potential. But if it's not being worked on and executed and realized, then it's pointless. And that's how your wants are. We all, if I'm in a room with 1,000 people and I say, all who want good health, raise your hands. Everybody in that room is going to raise their hand. Everybody with a sound mind. If I say who want 1 million, 2 million, 3 million, whatever, more money in their bank accounts, everybody's going to raise their hand. Who want to have a fridge full of food, a car tank always full with gas, everybody's going to raise their hand. Who wants good economics? Everybody. You get my point. So wants don't mean anything. Wants and potential to me are one and the same. It really means nothing. I don't care about what I want. I don't really, it's all about order, priority. I'm not saying wants are not important. We're talking about priority here and hierarchy here. In the hierarchy, in the grand scheme of things, your wants are at the bottom of the totem pole, should be, and your potential should be at the bottom of the totem pole. What should be at the top of your after you figure out what you want, put it on the bottom. I want this, throw it, all right, write it down, put it on the bottom. What you need to put on the top of your wants and your potential is, how do you feel about yourself? How do you wake up every day feeling about yourself? How do you communicate those feelings, not through your words, but through your signaling to the world? Because we're all signaling. We're all radioactive. What I mean by that is we're constantly sending out what they call in science and physics vibrations. Those vibrations are just signals. Another word for the vibrations are signals. What are you signaling out to the world? Because what you're signaling out, as opposed to what you're saying, as opposed to what you're wanting, as opposed to you having potential, what you are signaling out is the language that your world responds to. It doesn't respond to what you want. It responds to what you are. The world, I'm going to say that again, does not respond so much to what you want, What you want would be a weak signal. Think of it like that. It's a very weak signal. So yeah, you can hear the person on the other line, but you can't make out exactly what they're saying because it's static. So your wants are like weak signals, potential weak signals. Signals all the same, but weak signals. The strong signal that the world is going to respond to is what you are feeling about yourself every single day when you get up, every single night when you go to sleep. What you feel about yourself. And again, I mentioned feelings has nothing to do with the emotions. It has everything to do with your principles, your morals, your scruples, your self-image, yourself. How do you see and perceive yourself? Because you are going to fashion your world. You are going to create your world in your own image. And that's biblical. Come, let us make man in our own image, says the Lord in the book of Genesis. So that means the deeper code in that statement that God makes, come, let us make man in our own image, is translated into practical psychological application. Come, watch me make my world after my own image. That's what that translates to. That's how you decode or demystify. Come, let's make man in our own image. Come, watch me make my world after my own image. Because your world is only a feedback loop collapsing upon itself being how you feel about yourself. The world is collapsing up on itself because it's only a feedback loop returning back to you what you are signaling to it, not what you're saying, and not no potential, not no wants. It doesn't care about all of that. It cares about what you feel about yourself, what you project about yourself, what you say, think about yourself. As a man thinketh, so is his world. That's decoding Proverbs. I don't remember the verse. As a man thinketh, so is he. As a man think, he feels about himself, so is his world. Your world, all the chaos in your world, it's just you experiencing your internal chaos. All the upside down vicissitudes in your world is just you experiencing your upside down vicissitude of your self-image. Hopefully that makes some sense. Till next time, peace.